Welcome everybody live to the Jim Master Show, live entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series. Hope you guys are doing well. We've got a Hollywood legend, renowned playwright, actress, author. Carol Hollenbeck is here. Yes, coming to us from her home in New York City in Hell's Kitchen. She's in the same building as Timothy Chalamet, the actor. That's pretty cool, and his family. We're just talking about that. His rising star, Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, there's something in that building. There's a lot of energy in that building in Hell's Kitchen. And I tell you, with Carol there, there's a bundle of energy. She hails from New York, from Newburgh originally, but she made her way out to California when she was almost a wee tot. And went to make it big. And she's got an amazing story of some of the things that happened along the way. Going to be eye-opening, riveting, compelling. She's written books about it and so much more. She's got plays too. And we are so honored to welcome her to the show. The incomparable Hollywood legend, Carol Hollenbeck, is joining us here. Yes, just want to tell you a little bit about her background. And look, isn't that a cool shot? We picked that shot because that just really reveals her true personality, her passion for life, her energy, her zest. She started out as an actress, appearing in several soap operas and off-Broadway productions, along with some featured roles in films. Originally, again, from upstate New York, near Beacon, Newburgh, New York area. And for a while, pursued a movie career in Hollywood in the 1960s, then moved back to New York. And that's when she worked on a few of the soap operas on CBS. You may remember she was Carol Holland at that time. So you may remember her as actress Carol Holland. That was the name that was used. And then, of course, she appeared on the off-Broadway scene as she continued her acting in New York. She became interested in writing, started out writing for local newspapers, then went on to publishing articles in magazines and national newspapers. And that was the time she joined a women's ensemble writing group in Manhattan and took pen to paper and hand and decided to write plays. And at that time, there were not many roles for women in theater, and less so if an actress was, over a certain age. Well, from that point, she was nominated in the Samuel French one-act play contest for her one-act play titled Funky 50s. And that one act geared towards three teenage girls during the 1950s. It was after being nominated that she took pen in hand again and wrote The Lifters, one-act play, and was nominated the following year for that play. The Lifters, three women roles. It's a drama. Older mother role, two teenage girls, and that play also takes place in the 50s. And upon that nomination from the Samuel French play contest, 2 years later, she wrote a play called Upstate Madness, not to be confused with Upstate Morning. Upstate Madness had two roles for young women again in the 50s era. Currently, The Lifters is a short film, which can be viewed on YouTube under the name Carol Hollenbeck, and also on Vimeo as well. Currently, has a reading of her full-length play hometown premiere in Newburgh, New York on June 10th at 7:30, the landmark theater called The Ritz. Her novel, Amazon.com, is where it's located, called True Blondes. We'll talk about that and so much more. A fabulous novella we're going to be talking about. Yes, here's a really cool shot. This is when she was in Eden Cry. Do you remember that movie? Here is the actual movie poster from that time. This is like really something vintage. And there we go in the fall of 55. There is the book, True Blondes. Can two flaxen beauties become movie stars? Here's another wonderful shot with her as well. She did spots for Skybar Candy with actor Artie Johnson. Of course, from Laugh-In and so much more. You may remember Skybar Candy as well. And this is the cover of the novella that she has, Moment of Madness. We're going to talk about that as more. She does book signings. She does all kinds of cool things to stay, connected with everybody. And there is a screenshot from The Lifters, which is really cool as well. We're going to talk about all this and just more, just sprinkling it in. We welcome everybody who is watching from all around the globe. I am your host, Jim Masters. Always cool to have you here. Our show is live. It's unscripted. It's free-flowing. It's interactive. Unlike anything else that you really see out there these days, not just an interview show with stale questions and me reading from a screen. This is an interactive process, and you are welcome to join us, gang. It's so wonderful to have you here. And guess what? Not only is Carol here, but Carol has a special guest joining her who's actually in her lap. You're trying to picture that, right? Well, here is this special guest joining our special guest, two special guests for the price of one, Carol Hollenbeck and
Oh,
we have there.
mini me.
There is the mini me, and look at the smile on her face.
Yeah, her teeth are whiter than mine.
That is the mini you. That is cool. When was that created, Carol?
The doll? Or
Well, since you're both dolls.
thank you. That story is. I was walking down the street, 10th Avenue, and Hell's Kitchen, and there she was, homeless, sitting on top of some kind of wooden thing that people were selling, and there was Carol Channing, the doll puppet, sitting up there, longing to be adopted. So I adopted her and brought her
How
home.
cool and special is that, huh?
She was a street person. Poor thing. She was a real street person. Poor thing.
A street performer, huh?
A street performer, yeah.
Well, you know who loved Carol Channing as much, of course, as you as well? Mr. George Burns.
Yeah.
See? So George Burns says hello to Carol Channing on the Jim Masters Show Live. How cool is that, Carol? There he is. He's on the screen. See him? With a cigar and all. He took his glasses off tonight.
Hello, Dolly. I said hello, Dolly.
Hello there, sweetheart.
Oh, we could do an act together.
We could do a whole act.
That's
yes.
so cute.
So she's going to go back there, and George usually pops on our show. He's going to go down below and have his martini and his cigar. He's sort of like an associate producer. Matter of fact, you're a fan of the Jim Masters Show Live series. You've been watching several of our episodes, which I really appreciate and I love.
I'm going to watch more too tomorrow.
Oh, that's
I have a lot of time
great.
this weekend, yeah.
Yes, that is fantastic. So I was saying you're in the same building as Timothy Chalamet.
Well, he's not here. He
well, no, he
bought a place in the East Village.
That's right.
Village. His mother's here. Yeah.
Yeah, you know his
Really
mom.
nice. Really
He
nice.
grew up
His grandmother was here too. She passed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Amazing. So nice to have you here. How's life treating you? You doing well? You look like $1 million. I mean,
well, it took a long time to get this look. Spent all day on it. Not that easy anymore. Just plop yourself up, prop yourself up. That's it. You got to go.
Plop or prop. It's all,
Got a little bit left of the little blonde bombshell there.
Oh, I tell you.
Got to make use of it.
You're a sweetheart of a person. I mean, that's a great shot. Eden cried, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a story in itself. Yeah.
It really is. So you grew up in, upstate New York in the Newburgh Beacon area, nice, suburban town. And what inspired you early on to want to go west? Were you always fascinated by movie stars, by entertaining, by acting, performing yourself? What was it that brought you out there?
Okay, well, I tell you, this story is the fact is that a lot of people were brought up on the Bible, which fine, I was to a certain degree, but my Bible was movie magazines, Screen Gems, Photoplay, you name it. I was there reading it about the stars and movies. Well, my mother was a big fan of movies, and I used to go every Saturday afternoon. My grandmother used to take me, or other Saturday night, whatever, with other people. And I just love movies. So I became, recently I became a cinema buff, but not as much. But I became a Hollywood fanatic, where it was like, if I didn't have a sane mind to a certain degree. It would be an obsession, and I became very obsessed with Hollywood's golden era of the great stars, where Gloria Swanson says they had faces back then.
You're right.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
They don't now so much. No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they don't. And now I'm more of a fan of the Brits. Judi Dench, Maggie Smith, Helen Mirren. They're gifts to the world. Let me tell you, they are.
Patricia Routledge, yeah.
Yes, they're gifts, the British. And so, but the British and the Hollywood golden era, that's where the faces, the Joan Crawford, the Katharine Hepburn, the Marilyn Monroe, the blondes, the Kim Novak, all the blondes, Carol Landis years ago died, Carol Lombard. I mean, these are all products of my imagination of what I wanted to be. Thank you. And that's what I had that in my mind when I went to Hollywood. The reason I went to Hollywood, I always wanted to go, was I thought I was going to get discovered like everybody else, like Lana Turner, sitting on a drugstore stool,
having a malt.
And guess what? You want to be in the movies? Well, it didn't.
You were walking down the street, weren't you?
Yes, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. I was walking down the street and I was approached by a lady, came running to me saying, "Are you a model or an actress?" I said, "Yes, I'm both," or whatever. "Oh, well, come with me, please." Well, today I don't know if I would go with anybody. You don't know what you're getting into. Sex trafficking, whatever. Yes. And I was young. So I got taken downstairs, and next thing I know, I'm being made up, and I'm doing a Skybar commercial with Artie Johnson. I'm Miss Vanilla.
That's right.
So I thought, naively, oh my God, this is real. This is actually happening. I'm getting discovered.
Yeah.
Just like in the movie.
With Artie Johnson, who, of course, was a wonderful actor himself,
so
laughing and so much more.
It's happening. It's happening. And everything I thought is coming true. Then I ended up in Las Vegas as a showgirl in a show, Irma La Douce, with Julia Prowse. And I was there.
Dancer.
So I thought, oh my God, I got a showgirl job. So it was all it was all kind of building up to, the dream ends up not being such a great dream. And you end up back in, I went back to Hollywood after Vegas, and then I got Eden Cried, the movie. And
how did that happen? How did you end up getting that?
Somebody asked me that before, and I can't remember
how that happened.
But I had so many promises that I was going to be doing a film from people. Nothing that it did, but the casting couch was so horrible then. And I think it's calmed down a lot now because of the Weinstein thing. I would hope so. But it was really bad. And but I didn't, that's the interesting thing is I got this just because they wanted me. And I got this and there wasn't any problem with that. And it was a low budget, a beach party flick, a takeoff. I call it a takeoff now, and a beach party flick, and it's now a cult film.
It is, yeah.
I think it's a cult film, and I knew it wasn't good. And the guy they had playing the lead with me, Tom Pace, since passed away, I think 2 years ago. He was playing a 17-year-old. And he looked 35, and he was 35. That's interesting. I said, because that's Hollywood. Hollywood states they want somebody, they want him. I want, but he's not young enough. I want him. That was Hollywood. So, I probably still is. But anyway, the film, and then they didn't know what to do with the movie. And the movie wasn't exactly up to par. So I knew it. Then I did get a top agent out of it. But then they came, when it was screened, then it became a little bit more like there was a lot of casting couch crap, which, was coming down the pike. And I thought, oh no.
The 3 C's. Yeah.
I got Walter Reed distributed it, and we went back to Newburgh. They made a deal with the Ritz Theater, and of course they wanted to do it. And I mean, who doesn't want a hometown girl coming in for a local movie premiere? And that went over well, but I didn't even sit through the movie because I didn't like it. And it had nothing to do with the way I looked on screen. I looked very good, but I just didn't like the movie.
You didn't, huh?
No.
What was the response from family and friends, that people that knew you, even back home?
Everybody was very polite and wonderful,
Yeah.
But they all knew that it, it wasn't that good. And after it, then I was there for about 2 weeks, and then I went back to Hollywood, and I saw the writing on the wall, which was like, this is not for me. If I want to become an actress, I'd better go back to New York and try to really study. And so.
Is that because of the casting couch way of doing things? You were like, sorry, no, thank you.
I mean, I went to Universal for an audition, and the casting director, very well known, I can't remember the name now, but I had to put on a bikini and just walk. I didn't know what that had to do with with the reading, but they had all certain ways, and there were a lot of things going on that the people. But anyway, I went back to New York, and then eventually I got to hate that movie. And if anybody ever mentioned the word Eden Cried to me, I would cringe. I said, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. And but the bottom line is, it went on, and it went missing for a long time. And I was very glad that it was.
Yeah. You usually don't hear that, folks, do you?
Oh, no, I'm telling the truth. I was very happy that it was missing, because even when we did the hometown premiere play at the Ritz, where the premiere was, they couldn't find it. These people were great researchers, and they couldn't find the film. So that was 2017. And during a certain thing in Manhattan Plaza here, we have a real theater company here and everything. I was being interviewed by somebody, and I said, yes, once I had a movie premiere. Oh, let's hear about that, blah, blah, blah. And what was it? I said, Eden Cried. Next meeting we have, somebody piped up and said, I found your film. What? Where did you find it? And I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to know this. And they found it on sinistercinemas.com. So I went on it, and I ordered it. You have to, it's $13 or whatever. And I have
bought your own film?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wait a minute. You haven't heard I have 24 products with my photo on it. On Amazon is my coffee mugs. You can catch it. On Amazon, you can see coffee mugs with Eden Cried, me on, and Carol Holland on the back.
And you're not involved in any of that?
Not involved in any of that, because that was 60s.
So your image used in everything, huh?
Yes. I have a hoodie. I bought this stuff. I have a hoodie with I have a tote bag. I have a t-shirt. I have a poster. I have like I said, coffee cups. I have a what do you call it? What do you call the mouse pad? A mouse pad? Yeah. I mean,
so all these things you have, but you don't have a check.
No, I don't have a check. No, I don't. That's interesting.
Payment for the use of there's the chair. So we get a chance. We have so many celebrities and guests where we've seen their chair.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's great. No, it's terrific.
I was looking for the mouse pad, but
you didn't order all of that stuff with you on it?
I ordered all of it. I love my hoodie. I love my long shirt, t-shirt. I love the tote bag. I love it all. My whole apartment is full of blonde movie stars.
It is.
With posters of Eden Cried and everything. And
so you have grown to appreciate it now, the movie?
Oh!
With the cult following?
Yes. Wait, yes, I'm getting, yes. What happened is I looked at it with great apprehension. We had a screening in an apartment, and my God, I laughed so hard, and everybody loved it. And they had changed it. They took it off because it was missing, because it wasn't good. And actually, I was on a podcast not too long ago with Julian Schlossberg, who has Tales from Hollywoodland, the podcast. They had me on, Steve Rubin, Arthur Newfield, they were producers. And I was a co-host with them. And it was amazing because Julian Schlossberg, who produced Bullets Over Broadway and blah, 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 he said, I worked for Walter Reed, he said, and I knew the film Eden Cried. So they asked him, what did you hear about it when it came out? Not good. I said, yeah. Well, they changed it. They put a narrator in, and they say he sounds like Jack Nicholson, and he's making fun of us. It's like, if you remember the science films or something, where in the audience is two people are sitting and they're talking about what's up on the screen. Did you ever see that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's similar to that, except they don't have the audience. But he talks over and he'll say, like, well, teenagers can't make love in California unless it's sun and they're in the sand or something like that. So, he spoofs on it. I didn't say it right, but he spoofs on, the narrator spoofs on everything. So when I get together with the people, we would talk back to it, say, okay, what is that little slut doing now? We have a good time with it. And it's very funny.
Yeah.
So 50.
Has it reinvigorated things, the interest in Carol Holland at that time? And
yes, it has.
Right?
Yes,
Ooh,
it has.
We just saw something go by the screen, folks, and it wasn't a dust mop, because we only saw that. That is Blondie, the cat, right?
Blondie, the cat. But
just made a little appearance.
She's got an ego, she wants.
Our viewers love when they see a animal.
But that was and the interesting part of it, Jim, is, if you don't mind, I call you Jim.
Sure, James, Jim, or Jimmy. Just don't call me late for supper.
Oh, that's right. Me either. Is that from something I hated and wouldn't allow? I even told my father, I'll go with you somewhere tonight. This was many years ago. But if you mention that movie, I'm leaving. Because I didn't want people to talk, it was my hometown and blah, blah, blah. From that to loving it and embracing it and having such a great time with it, I just love the film now. I don't know what to say. I just love it. I did a whole turnaround.
You did a whole turnaround, right? You appreciate it. It takes time. You were, separated from it, which I think is great.
Marketable. They made it marketable by spoofing on it. They're making fun of it. And that's what you have to do.
That's what you have to do, right? And that's creates that cult sort of following. I mentioned too, and we have an audience that loves the daytime dramas. You were on a few of the CBS soap operas too, huh?
Yeah, As the World Turns, and long ago with Donna. Why does it not come to me now? Love is a Many Splendor Thing.
Love is a Many Splendor Thing, yes.
Donna, blonde, very pretty. Of course, I can't remember her name now. But yeah.
I like being on the daytime dramas, the soaps. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, well, I was, I'd had the small roles, but it was nice. Oh, yeah. I liked anything, anything that I could, get into acting with. It was really interesting. But the other thing that happened and that Hollywood time was, similar to what is going on today with a lot of the Me Too stuff, because I was involved with the Me Too, was that when I was also involved with the Harlow, which I understand you had Tom LaSanta on.
Yes.
I love Tom. He's wonderful.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
We're great friends. And I'm in the book coming out on Harlow because I was also being considered for the role of Jean Harlow in the electronic version that Carol Lindley got. And, yeah. And during that time, my press agent had a great idea for me because at that time I was being promoted as the next Marilyn Monroe in Hollywood. I was all over magazines and pictures and all this and stuff, and which, by the way, wasn't good luck for me. But I love Marilyn Monroe, I love Kim Novak, I love all the blondes, and it was at election time, and so my manager would have me go to all these election places and hand out. I wish I had the ballot now. I don't have it. A ballot saying, "Vote me for the Jean Harlow story." And
Tom Lasante's watching it. I think he added in Donna Mills. Was that who you were looking for?
Yes,
Donna
yes,
Mills.
Donna
Yes.
Mills. That's
Hey,
right.
Tom, good to see you. Welcome back to the Jim Master Show. He's watching.
Oh, I love Tom. Hi, Tom.
Donna Mills.
And so anyway, I hand out these little flyers. Vote me for Carol Hollenbeck for Jean Harlow. And 20th Century got him. I got in Hedda Hopper's column too. And 20th Century got it, but also I got a stalker. I got a stalker after me. And that came out of that, which a stalker, a woman stalker. And she today would be on the style of the one that was working with Jeffrey Epstein.
The one that goes out and finds these people.
She was after me. And I didn't know it. But my manager said, we're getting calls all the time from this woman. I think you better talk to her. I did talk to her. I didn't say very much. And she was going to call back. But he went ahead. He called the FBI. And they found out who she was and who she was working with. And he was one of the top ones that was on the list to be caught of sex trafficker, they call it that, to rich, like Iran, Saudi Arabia, places like that, where they would send like young blonde girls, because that's what that was. They wanted that blonde look. And so I had a meeting with an FBI guy, and we all went to a place, and my manager was there, and went to a place to a diner, and we talked, and they kept coercing me into being, what I can't do the word, to placate, to try to do a cover-up thing. And I said, I'm 22 years old. I'm scared to death, and I didn't want to do it, but I did agree to one thing, but I was so scared. So they ended up making an appointment, I guess, through the woman to the man. And I remember being in this car. They drove me up to the Hollywood Hills, but behind me was the FBI guy, and there was a bunch of people there, my people, my manager, and my people. And I remember being driven up to this high place, and it looked like a barn. And I got out, and the guy opened the door, and he ushered me into this big place, and there was a big balcony that looked like it was all wood. I don't know, balcony up there. And he shouted out to the guy, Carol, blah, blah, was here. She's here, whatever. He came out, and I'm looking up like this. And the guy says, but I just want to tell you, she has people waiting for her outside. So they had found out. Well, that guy took off, ran so fast, I don't know how he got down the stairs and out in the back, and ended up, I guess they never caught him. That was my story about having a stalker there.
That's something, huh? That's a wake-up call in many levels, isn't it?
Yeah, and it turned out he was working with a lot of the producers in Hollywood. They're no angels out there. There's a reason it's not just Tinseltown, but it's Tinseltown too.
Did you like your time in Vegas when you were in Vegas?
I did. I liked being a showgirl in Vegas, but there was actually no problems, really. The mob came in. and they were there. They wanted us to mingle in between shows. And so that means we had to hang around the hotel. And I did it for a couple of months. There was nobody saying, I didn't have to do anything. I'd just be there. Just be there, be on somebody's arm if you want. But there was no sex. There was nothing like that at all. That was all, whatever that was, it was another side. But then I got a little tired of that. So that's when I wanted to go back to Hollywood and try to, try to further my career and into television and everything. But I really wasn't ready at the time. I was.
Did you have a specific goal? Like you mentioned in the beginning, when you left upstate New York, you wanted to be, a movie star.
My goal was that. I didn't want to be an actress. I wanted to be a movie star.
Exactly. And that's when there were movie stars, right? Very glamorous and grand. And the movie theaters were like palaces, and the productions were, really, really high end production value and very expensive. And just the cast was of, hundreds and just
wonderful.
all of this.
It was wonderful.
It was a big, big thing. Yeah.
And they had faces and they weren't like these, whatever here, I mean, they were okay. I don't want to dish bad about anybody. I don't, we have very good actors and actresses, but we had great actors and actresses, and they had faces. They had individual faces. They didn't look alike. And that was so great.
Right. It wasn't cookie cutter. Each person was like Katharine Hepburn was Katharine Hepburn. Right. Exactly.
Never mistake them for anyone else. Bogart, Cary Grant. I mean,
Jack Lemmon.
These are real stars. These are not just actors. These are stars that were fated, I believe, from destiny to come here. Hepburn, Crawford, all of them. Stanwyck, they were stars. They were born to be stars. Even poor Marilyn and Kim. Kim was one of the last of the ones. And also I have a friend, Carol Baker. I love her. And she was one of the last of the ones that, were like the Hollywood star thing. She did Harlow. She did the Joe Levine Harlow. And
Betty Davis.
Yeah. Oh my God. You can't get any better than any of those that I've mentioned, including Darling Carol. So it's
so what were some things as you're out there, amongst all of this, you get pulled off the street, you end up doing a Sky Bar, chocolate bar commercial with actor Artie Johnson. And then what are some things you learned while you were out there that, surprised you additionally, the casting couch and all, but some things that maybe disappointed you? It wasn't what you thought it would be.
Wow. That's a real good question. Well, I honestly probably, in reality, thinking back now, I honestly probably did believe in the sitting on the stool, like Schwab's drugstore. I honestly probably did believe that. I was naive from a small town, and I learned that life in Hollywood was not what I thought it would be. I really thought when I got picked for this and picked for that, when I immediately went out there and was like discovered immediately kind of thing, and then into Vegas, I really thought that was going to continue, I think. But when I realized it wasn't, I said, I've got to learn how to act. I did know how to act, but I didn't really study. It was like, I don't want to be an actress. I want to be a movie star,
right.
And that was like, kind of childish fantasy. And I had to go, and I said, if I really want to do this, I've got to know what I'm doing. And so, I did. So I learned that I had to really learn. There were lessons that I couldn't learn in Hollywood because it was too much distraction. And too much distraction going on.
Do you think growing up on the East Coast and the sensibility and the way of thinking in the East Coast sort of maybe gave you a little bit of an advantage so that when you were out there amongst Tinseltown in it, you had some sort of, I don't know, a sensibility of what was real, what was not real. And inside you, you were like, this isn't for me. I want the movie star thing, but some of the things that you have to do to get there and maintain it don't match my foundation, my value, my East Coast roots, the way I think.
Left.
That's what, that's what I thought. Yeah.
That's why I left, because I knew it wasn't going to get any better. In fact, I was signed to a very top agent son. And that wasn't happening. I mean, I didn't see much in it. I thought he was, going to try to use me. And then I'd had a bad experience also with, again, walking on the street. And this was after, like I said, being discovered, both doing the Vegas thing and doing the Sky Bar thing. I had another experience walking on the street with my portfolio, and I was in a drugstore, by the way. So this all added up to be in my fantasy. Oh, wow, this is true again. He said, "Are you looking for an agent?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, there's somebody up in this building." And this was like 12 noon in the building. I, would like to see you as an agent. So I had my stuff with me, and I thought, perfectly normal at noontime to go in an office building. You're not in a hotel room. And I go there, and the guy ushers me into this room, and I'm sitting there. And next thing I know, another guy comes in, and he sits across the desk, and he isn't there 2 seconds without him coming over and jumping on me and trying to, right in the
Whistle Dixie.
Yes. I love it. You're funny. I like it.
East Coast, New York born and bred.
I wasn't going to be whistling Dixie with him. I ended up kicking him in the groin, and I left there. And I think I heard some, like, the words, that
Ow.
I'm not working. Ow. Yeah, I did hear that. But I think I also heard the words that I'm not going to be working in that town. They do blackball you out there sometimes. They did. Yeah, if you don't, come through.
Is that the tie-in with the groin or the?
Yeah. The time with the groin, and then another time I was out with I met him on a set, movie star's son, and he has since passed away. Anyway, he also came to pick me up on a motorcycle. We're going to a party. There was no party, and there goes my cat again.
The cat wants to be seen. Why don't you bring the cat on screen? They would love to see Blonde.
No, she's let her stay away right now.
Unless she's union, we might not be able to afford her.
Right. The
cat's union. We got to pay per tail wiggle.
That's what happened out there.
The cat sees the light. The cat's a star.
That's right.
You did, of course, theater as well. Off Broadway, appeared in Off Broadway productions. Tell us about some of that as well as you're in New York.
Well, I did a lot of Off Broadway plays, and even in Hollywood, I did a couple of plays. I belonged to a little theater group, and I did a couple of plays there. And so that's when I decided. I thought, well, let me try I'm from 50 miles away from New York City, so let me try Broadway and whatever. But like I said, I got some soap opera work, and then I did the Off Broadway, which doesn't pay hardly anything, and that's okay. But you want to do it. I mean, I had to learn.
You learn all these different things.
Yeah.
Were you hoping? Was your desire, Carol, to be the leading lady, or were you fine if you had been the character actress, the supporting role?
I would have been fine with anything after a while. At first, I fancied myself the star, movie star. But then as time went on, and then a lot of people said I had a delivery that was kind of like an individual, good delivery with certain lines of comedy and stuff where it could be sarcastic and it would be funny and stuff. So, so then I realized, there could be a world of work for me in that area. I'm not comparing myself to Eve Arden, but something similar to that.
What about comedy? If you have the sitcom, television series sitcom come along.
Yeah, would have been nice, but there were things that did almost happen, and I could talk about them now. Where I got the call from Hollywood one day, Judson 66300. That was the talent exchange we all had in New York City in the 70s, and I got a call from Hollywood, and it turned out that they wanted me to possibly go out there, and they're going to pay for me to test out there for a show. And it was Billy Jack Productions. He had a big hit or something, and saw me in a film, and he wanted me, and then to come out there. But what happened is there was some big problems there with financing and stuff, and he ended up, closing down. So I never got to go, but I got the call from Hollywood.
Hollywood, Central Casting, all of those calls that.
And then I got another call. I was in Hollywood during the Harlow, and Regis Philbin had taken over from Steve Allen.
That's right.
I had gotten sort of a lot of.
He was a friend. Do we miss him? He was a real. He was a character.
Sorry, I didn't get to know him.
Yeah.
His office called me, and I went down there, and he said, just be ready. We're going to maybe put you on tonight. We're going to dress you in Harlow outfit and put you on tonight. And I said, okay. I was like stunned. The next thing I know, a phone call comes, and they had, taken care of the actors for the Harlow films. So I was out. So I didn't get to go on national TV.
Was television something that was in your grasp, something you wanted? Did you want to be on one of those hit series?
Oh, I would love it.
And look at Betty White. I mean, to the end.
Loved it.
There's no saying that you couldn't still be.
Yeah.
You have a certain personality, you have a certain look, a certain way. You've gone through all the Hollywood stuff and Vegas and all of this, soap operas, Broadway. So, you know what I mean? And you have a wit to you that's comedic, a certain New York delivery.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I would love it. I mean, I'm not going to go out and look for it now, but if somebody, I'm not auditioning. I mean, if somebody called me, they want to, but I'm not.
Right. You're not going to hang out in the drugstores anymore.
I'm not going to hang out in the drugstores anymore. And
you're not going to have an egg cream.
No. And I don't want to go out and audition unless they call me directly and say, we saw you. We'd like you to try out for this film. Of course I'll
Have you done voice work where you narrated, or you've done animated characters, or because you have a unique texture to the sound of your voice?
Oh, really?
Have you done voice work, voiceovers, narration?
I did a couple, and then I was supposed to try to further it with somebody, and I just never did. I never did. I never furthered it. I never, tried to master it or to go after it. But possibly, right now I think I'm in the last stage of the chapter of my life. So I want to do everything that's comfortable for me.
Right. Yeah.
And I would love to do some acting in a film or something, but I can't go looking for it. They have to come and say, we'd like you to read for this. I say, sure, I'll read for it.
When you picked the name Carol Holland,
Yeah.
Tell us about that. And because they did that a lot back then, they changed names, they shortened names.
Yes. Well, I was told in those days Hollenbeck was not good for the marquee. And interestingly enough, in some of my family research, I'm supposed to be somewhat related to Clifton Webb. Do you remember Clifton Webb, or maybe?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Clifton Webb was in my family tree when a long time ago. He was Webb Hollenbeck, and he was told by his agents that he could not do Webb Hollenbeck. It was too long for the marquee. So
Yeah.
he kept Webb.
Is that a Dutch name, Hollenbeck?
German Dutch, yes.
German Dutch, yeah.
Absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
German Dutch. And well, in Germany, they have a town, Hollenbeck, and stuff. And they have a street, Hollenbeck, and all of that. I understand. But in LA, they have loads of Hollenbeck. Loads. Downtown LA, they have Hollenbeck Park, Hollenbeck House, Hollenbeck Bridge, Hollenbeck River. It's all over the place. It's
Boy,
really,
you should get free entry everywhere then.
there.
I am one of them.
I went in 2019 with a friend, and I said, I don't care if people say it's dangerous. I'm going to go down and take a look at this Hollenbeck Park. And it was delightful. We had a great time, and I saw all the Hollenbeck names, all the Hollenbeck Drive, and turns out it was. And then somebody said, "Well, did you know the Hollenbecks were Jewish?" I said, "Oh, that's great. That would be great too. I never knew that I'm Jewish, but that's fine. I love it." And next thing I know, I read up, and I guess John Hollenbeck married a German Jewish person, and so I am in there somewhere.
You're in there.
I'm in there somewhere, and that's fine with me. But I'm telling you, it was interesting to have that connection with the Hollenbeck name. And here I was using Holland.
Carol Holland, exactly.
Well, Holland just seemed like the classy name.
It rolled. Yeah, it's not Carol Holland. Yeah, it's very, very nice. Absolutely. You know, when you returned to the Big Apple, you really immersed yourself in writing and even wrote for local newspapers too, right? Tell us about that.
Oh my God, I wrote for, well, we had a nice paper here in the building, and it was a way to break through, and I got paid. It was interesting enough. Manhattan Plaza News. I was a writer for them. Then I had the I got Cliff Webb on my mind. They had the Chelsea Clinton paper, Clinton. I got loads. There was a huge big casting paper that came out, and I wrote about agents, and there were and then a lot of people were a little annoyed with my writing because I would write about the truth. For instance, character. Women weren't getting. They're getting more roles now, but they weren't getting roles back then, and so I wrote.
You were sharing that frustration. Yeah.
I wrote about the character actresses' lament and whatever, and I wrote this whole thing. And the head of the time of Dickie Moore, he was married to Jane Powell, called me into his office, and he said, I liked your article, what you sent me. I liked it very much. I just wanted to tell you, I can't print it. I'll get in trouble. Okay. So that was telling the truth. But that, today that would have been printed because they print it.
Right. You published articles in magazines, national newspapers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of different, I wrote about spending an evening with Tennessee Williams in the Curtain Up restaurant here because he lived in the other building. And that was quite Tennessee Williams, that was quite they published that.
Then also the one-act play, Samuel French. That was an honor. Tell us about that.
I was nominated 3 times with my one acts. I was quite. It sort of sent a message to me because to keep doing it And so I did. And then my hometown premiere was produced in New Jersey a few years ago. And that's like a short full length, but it's got 3 women in it. It's about basically about the hometown premiere that I went through. But of course I dramatic license. I really, family secrets are revealed and whatever, blah blah blah. And a stalker is in there, and oh my God, I went crazy with it. A lot of the stuff didn't happen, but I just went wild. So and it's been produced, and I'm still trying to want to get that out. But A Moment of Blonde Madness is True Blondes is on Amazon. So that
Tell us about it.
yeah,
There it is. There, yeah, you have it, and
that's True Blondes on Amazon, and that's what I look like. And yeah. So the moment.
what was it like writing that book? And tell us about the book itself.
Well, the book was written over a period of many years because I finally said to myself, I'm going to wait till I'm a senior and write because I want to live life. I started it many times, dropped it, started it, dropped it. And then one day I just finished it. Got it. But anyway, the Blonde Madness, the novella is a novella, and it's a novella is less than 100 pages. And they say
this is going to be part of the cover, right?
No, that's the cover of True Blondes.
I know this one here, Moment of Madness.
Oh,
the one you see on the screen now.
Oh no! Oh, I don't see it on the screen.
Do you see the screen?
Yeah.
Do you see that one, the blonde?
Yeah, but that's True Blondes.
This one here.
Oh my God, I don't see it. No, I don't see it. I sent you a picture.
So you see us now.
No, I don't see you at all.
You don't? What are you looking at?
I haven't seen you at all. I hope this is all okay.
Wow, so you're not seeing us.
No, I'm not.
What are you looking at? The mirror?
At the background here of what I have.
Oh, so you're not seeing.
I'm sorry. Did I?
So you have no idea what the photos were showing, or
no,
the
but
viewer comments that are coming in.
No, but I will see it.
Wow.
I will see it.
It'll be archived. So we're showing the cover, like the rendering of the cover for Moment of Madness.
I'm sorry, I don't see. I'm very.
And you know that one where it's that sort of illustrated image of you, and yes.
Can I push something here that?
Well, it may disconnect you. We don't want to have you. Yeah, you'll watch this tonight at midnight while you're having a cookie and milk with the cat. So we're showing the rendering of the Moment of Madness sort of cover, what the cover is going to be.
Oh my God!
Yes. Tell us about that.
Oh, that was started a long time ago too, and but it was going to be published by Red Sky Publishing, but I had to get out of the contract because the woman couldn't do it. The poor woman, she's been ill, and so now I'm getting it published somewhere else. But in any case, it's a novella. It's a short novel, and it's about a suspense. I would call it a suspense, psychological. I'm kind of, thank God, I'm sane in a way, but I'm kind of interested in the word obsession. Like I'm reading Hitchcock's Blondes. He was obsessed with the blondes that he worked with. And
what are your obsessions? And have they changed over the years?
Oh, my obsession now are still like what a lot of them were was Hollywood. I'm obsessed with Hollywood, like that Hollywood sign. I just melt when I see it. And whenever I'm watching a movie, and this is why I love the Golden Era. I watch a movie and I see all the palm trees and there's the Hollywood sign. Oh my God, I just want to, I don't know what it is, but I just love it. It's my childhood, my dreams.
My dreams.
Yeah.
Right.
it's like the most terrific thing to that. I said, if anybody touches that Hollywood sign, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to find them and get
Right. Don't touch that
I'm going to
sign.
get that. Don't you dare. And, it's like all the tragedy that came out, not with me, but with a lot of people, tragedy that came out of Hollywood. And there's so much tragic, especially with blondes. And yet, and someone dropped off, jumped off this sign. Peggy Singleton. I studied about her, and that was a sad case. And yet, it still fascinates me. It fascinates me. The whole thing about Hollywood fascinates me.
Marilyn Monroe, Jane Mansfield.
God, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
These are fabulous stars in a way, and it's just so fascinating. And I think you feel somewhat that way too. I think anybody that gets into television, film, and any kind has that kind of feeling,
Curiosity.
that curiosity, or that feeling of when it was, and they see it on TCM or something, when it was, and what it was to be.
Yes, when I do look back at television and film and things of that nature, absolutely, the grandiosity of it. During some of the heyday, the golden age of things of that nature. Yeah. When, budgets, there were limitless and there were no mergers and consolidations as much as there are now. And, sometimes you had to build it from scratch and make it happen, which gave you a real good grounding. You had to earn it oftentimes, which I think is, very, very important, and just builds character. And, you've, in addition to all that we've been talking about, you are a renowned playwright. I mean, you've had an opportunity to put that pen in hand and hand to paper.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the extraordinary work as a renowned playwright, Carol.
Well, it's just the only thing is I had the nominations in the Samuel French, which was very, very flattering. And I've been produced a lot in the 90s. I was produced as one-act plays all over the city. And that was very, very enchanting. And I think with this novella, Moment of Blonde Madness, I think that's it for me with writing fiction. I'm going back to working on a couple of other.
You did the Lifters. We're showing the photo that you sent from the Lifters. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on YouTube. I guess.
Tell us about that one, a short film.
Okay, the only thing I can say about that is that it's a wonderful little. I based it a lot, sort of like a Hitchcock thing in the play.
Yeah.
And combination with Twilight Zone.
Oh yes, what a combo! Hitchcock and Rod Serling. Wow.
Yeah, and it was based on a true story, but totally way out there. Not anyway. And then we did this film, and it was in the New York Filmmakers down on the archives down in like 2nd Avenue downtown. They had a screening of it that chose it to be in it, and then I just couldn't do it anymore with that. It took too much out of me, and I had to move on. So I decided, I said, the time, the energy, money, whatever, let me just put it on YouTube. I can't deal with it anymore. So it wasn't one of the most pleasant experiences. When you get mixed up with a lot of people sometimes, and theater, I don't know, it seems to be more collective and more energizing and more about the material. Sometimes in other areas, it's about the ego a lot. And anyway, it's a piece. There are some things that I when I look at it, which I haven't alone, I want to change that. I would like to. I can't change it. I'm not going to.
Are you a perfectionist?
No. Oh no, not at all. These are things that really should have been, but I didn't have the right editing nor the money to do it.
Right.
Yeah. So No, I'm not a perfectionist. No, there are things that should have been done that I couldn't do, so I just put it up, now and it gets, it's okay. It's okay.
What of all these things that you have done, and you're very humble about it, you there's a lot of accomplishments in a lot of different areas that you've weaved in and out of. You're a published author as well. What are some things that you still would love to do? Either you've never done them at all, or you would love to do more of it.
Very good question. Um, I would love my moment of blonde madness to be picked up at Lifetime, because it's definitely a lifetime, could be a lifetime project. It has everything that Lifetime does. And that's, if it isn't, I'll live, it's okay. But I want to get it to Lifetime when and it should be out in the spring. That I want to get to Lifetime because it's definitely a Lifetime movie. Definitely a Lifetime movie. And the True Blondes, I don't know. I'd like it to move forward too, with even a bigger pub. I don't know. I better just let that.
Could that be a movie or a little
Oh yes,
series or
it
something?
could. But I think that. But right now, the moment of blonde madness is short enough, mysterious enough, psychologically enough to become a Lifetime movie, and it's you don't have to hassle. Not a lot of characters. But True Blondes has got a lot of characters. Also, I had a script that I did a long time ago, a one-act play called Upstate NY.
That's right.
Had a missing body. And that I turned into a screenplay with the help of another writer who was
Was that Upstate Madness?
No, it was Upstate Morning. I had Upstate Madness. And Upstate Morning is a real comedy.
Yes.
One-act comedy. But then, Montserrat Mendez, who worked in Hollywood on, I think it's a Star Trek series or something, when he came back to New York, he loved the script. We worked on getting it into. I had it as a screenplay, and he worked on getting in it. And we had an agent handle it, and it fell through. I had an agent handle it, a real top agent, and it fell through. So I still have that. I would love to get that out there. It's so funny. It's about the mob and about the body missing and it's a really comedy. It's really good, and not saying that it couldn't be worked on, but it could be the way it is right now, looked on and looked.
Yeah.
And
right.
There are a lot of things I would like to write. So I'd like to get my projects really out there. And
did you ever sing?
Oh my God, you're amazing. God, I'm just thinking about that recently. I want to now become a country western blonde singer. Is that funny?
Hey, you could. These days,
And so I have to laugh at myself because, I would never sing. And lately I've been singing all the time. Like certain things are, oh, that's a song. I'll say something, oh, that's a song. And I have friends who do it. So It's kind of nice because in this day and age, we do need to lighten up and laugh a little bit.
Tell us about that. I know the world has changed. You've seen it all through the years.
Yeah.
And we're in an interesting time right now. We talk about it a lot on this show with our guests.
Oh, do you? Yeah, I got to see some of that too. Yeah. Yeah. It's bad, it's bad time, but the sun will shine through. It'll work out.
When times are tough, when times are confusing, when times are, when it's like that, what does Carol turn to? What are some of those joys, blessings, things that you turn to when maybe the day isn't as good as yesterday was, or, what do you turn to for your solace, for your balance in life, your inspiration to keep going and being creative?
Well, I've had many years of therapy and many years of, certain things that help me focus and say, is this really true? Or is it a fact? Or is it just my feelings? And there are a lot of that's just, I try to look, if I'm really feeling, I have to go through it a little bit, and then I let it go. I let it go because I don't want to dwell in the sadness or in the negativity. I don't want negative people around me. Lord,
Good.
I don't want toxicity around me.
No.
I don't want toxic people. And I have to tell you, I will tell people off. I know.
Well, that's the East Coast part of you.
A lot of people, a lot of women. I see a lot of my friends here.
I mean,
They don't say much of anything. I do, and I'm glad I do.
Carol will go along with a lot until you step on her toe, and then
I'm Hell's Kitchen. I'm Hell's Kitchen. I always said I don't like mob violence, but I like mob dialogue.
it could be why when
don't ever do that again.
you had your one shot at it.
Yeah,
it could be maybe that's why when you went out, to Hollywood and all, you there were certain things you just weren't going to do. You weren't going to take the nonsense. You wanted to be the movie star and have these opportunities and all of that. But then the core of you was like, yeah, but I'm not going to also sell my soul. I'm not going to do certain things if that's what it takes to get to that. So then I'll slide back east and make my way there. It sounds like there's a moral compass and code in you that doesn't allow you to put up with, nonsense.
Well, listen, I came from the 50s. You didn't wear white at you could only wear white at your wedding, and you had to be a virgin. So I come from the 50s mentality, and I'm glad. I'm actually glad that I have that. I have that to think about, and also the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." Many times, honey, I've been in a mood. Many times, but I always.
So now you wear white past Labor Day, right? You wear it whenever you want.
And I believe in the commandments, and that's the way I am. I was brought up that way, and I was brought up on movie magazines, and that's why I have all over my apartment Jean Harlow. Oh my God! Sheila McRae. Sheila.
Oh, Sheila McRae. Yeah.
This was given to me by Sheila, and it's
what you're wearing now.
Yeah, it's a rhinestoned jacket kind of thing, and she gave me a lot of things. She was one of my best friends, and I miss her. We used to go everywhere together. Yeah, she gave me this, and I was talking, and I'm looking over at I have a big, her daughter Heather McRae, when Sheila passed, gave me big poster of Sheila doing Hello Dolly. It's all framed, and
that's something special, huh?
Yes, she was wonderful. She was really. We went a lot of places together. We had our own table in Sardis. We went to the 21. It was really a great time. We met coincidentally, kind of a weird way, and we just became friends. And I had a lot of pictures taken with her and stuff. So it's been, when she passed, it was sad.
Like losing a sister. Yeah.
Yes. And she was quite a bit older than me, but we had such in common. She would call me her younger sister or her cousin or something. And we really did care about each other.
You went back to the hometown, and you did that hometown premiere, which was something. Tell us about that. What was that like, going back to upstate New York for that big event?
Well, I was, I think I sent you a couple of newspaper clippings on that.
Yes. And, yep. The newspaper. We're showing the newspaper clipping, and then also the graphic.
Oh my God, I know. I don't see any of it. It was mind-boggling.
Throngs hail Miss Holland in Newburgh film opener.
I know. Wow. It was overwhelming. Well,
when's the last time you heard the word throngs?
I have not heard that word. but it's like weird. See, Frank Sinatra played the Ritz. Lucille Ball was one of her first,
That's right.
and the Ritz in Newburgh, and then
Yeah.
I'm there. So I'm in the archives there. So it's great. Yeah, and going back was really overwhelming. It was like, wow, how am I, I mean, this is like a dream come true. Having a hometown movie premiere, I've thought about it, and I never thought it would come true, and it did. It just happened to be the wrong movie. That turns out now to be the right movie.
To be the cult classic.
It's
And
it's a funny, but it's not a great film. It's stupid. It's corny. It's silly, but so bad it's good.
there are so many of them out there like that get that sort of following where it's like corny and unique and different, and just it really it's an escapism from the realities of the chaos of life.
Oh, it's
yeah.
so true. And when we had the second screening in our building, because we have a whole big community room, and we had a second screening here, and I have never seen anything like it. They were packed to the back standing room only. I was shocked. that happened. I didn't expect, I didn't know who was going to come. The first time we had it, we had a good crowd. This was overwhelming. I don't know why, and even when I called up the diner that day and asked for food to be sent over, gave them my address, the waiter said, that's where the movie's being played tonight. I said, what? He said, oh yeah, we all heard about the movie. So there you have it.
That's it's quite amazing, isn't it?
Right. The Westway Diner was talking about my movie. That's funny. And that happens to be the Westway Diner. Happens to be the place. They have a plaque up there where Larry David, who lived in our building, and of course Seinfeld used to go there and have meetings, and that's where they developed the Seinfeld series, or had meetings about it.
Oh,
they have a plaque at the Westway Diner saying that's where this. So there then my movie was known there. So, but don't have that success yet. Hopefully, sometime I will. I'm still here hoping.
You're doing your thing. Are there some folks, past or present, that you wish you had an opportunity to share the screen or the stage with?
Yeah. Marilyn, maybe. Kim is still around. I wish I had met Frank Sinatra. I didn't. I don't know. I mean, about if I shared the stage with him. No, I really like him. He's a really brilliant singer. I probably do have a few.
Did you go for the comedians and comedians as well, the Phyllis Dillers and all of them?
Yes, yeah. Oh, Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
I love Phyllis Diller. Joan Rivers, I really liked. I met her. She was nice. She was really nice.
Did you meet Lucille Ball?
No, but she happened to be a best friend of Sheila McRae's, and I heard a lot about her from Sheila. I mean, we went out a lot and we talked about a lot of, and her daughter was on Petticoat Junction, Meredith McRae, who passed away very young.
That's right. Heather, she also was a like a daytime talk show host and reporter. Yes. Meredith McRae. She had a very professional, warm way about her. She was very good at what she did as a host and correspondent. Meredith McRae, yeah.
And Heather is doing really well.
I didn't know Meredith passed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, back 2000 or something.
She did.
I went through that whole.
She was wonderful, wonderful television personality. Yeah.
And Heather also is doing well. Heather McRae. She's got some voice. Oh my God, an angel's voice. She's got her father's voice, female version. If you ever heard Heather sing, oh, you got an angel there.
Wow.
She is.
So are we going to hear you sing? Do you plan to put something together?
I'm going to sing sometime. Yes. I've got this novella out and running, and then I'm going to spread my wings.
Have you had a chance, during your illustrious career to travel a lot? Did you get a chance to go to other countries, other places as well through it all?
Yeah, I went to a few places, not necessarily with that, with the show business. I did go as a travel writer for a bride magazine. I went to San Antonio and to Texas and to one of those islands in the Caribbean.
One of those islands.
One of those islands in the Caribbean. God, and then what the hell escapes me? I can't think of the name.
That could be Jamaica, the Bahamas, Bermuda. Well, that's further up. That's not Caribbean.
Jamaica and Bahamas. It's near.
Let's see.
Nassau.
Was it back in the 50s?
No, 90s.
Okay. Because then I would have said the Virgin Islands, maybe.
Well, maybe
going back to what you had said earlier, sort of looping the conversation.
The Virgin Islands. It starts with an L, I think. It was like for the Bride magazine I did, and I traveled that, and then I traveled with Murder Mystery.
Of course, there's Aruba too, and
no, I didn't go there. I traveled with Murder Mystery Inc., which was we went on the QE2 a couple of times to England. And we did Murder Mystery on there. And I played a dead body, and then I played a psychic.
How does somebody effectively play a dead body? What's the trick?
There's none.
Don't show your chest breathing.
I mean,
don't blink.
You lay down on your, stomach area. I guess you can stop from breathing for a little while. But they got crazy too. I did a lot of the murder mysteries. And up in Southampton, the people that were coming to the show for the weekend, they would actually stalk us and want to find out if I'm really, it was a joke, of course. There was the woman who got killed in the first act, and I had to stay locked up in my hotel room.
Yeah, you couldn't be seen again.
Go out, put my brown hair on or something, and to tiptoe out so that they'd be looking for me.
Right. That's right. You had to stay true. You had to stay true to character.
They were so funny. It was so funny. And it was a lot of fun, to do that. And then going to England was nice.
England, huh?
Yeah, on the QE2. That was a trip.
That's quite a ship, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah. That really, really is. So you're doing writing, you're doing a lot of different things, huh? Keeping busy with everything and
Yeah. I still have time. I love to go out and socialize, and
we're showing your screen that shows people how they can get a copy of your e-reader and a portion of now this is beautiful. We're showing the True Blondes cover, and it says former beauty queen and gorgeous blonde Mandy and her life-battered friend Diane want nothing more than to reach the heights of success in show business, and that is the book True Blondes, written by our guest, Carol Hollenbeck. If you purchase a copy for your e-reader, a portion of your purchase will benefit victims of domestic violence.
That was ago.
That is, and Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. That's something very special that portions of that for those.
Well, that was
victims.
true at the time. But
Wow.
That was when I had a press agent. Lawrence, his name was, and he was very good. And
that was a good idea to have done that.
It was a very good idea. It's no longer on there. I don't have a press agent. I just kind of let that book.
So you did it as it was happening,
right? Exactly. Yeah. But with what I'm doing now, I'm going to get a website, and my website, when Blonde Madness comes out, it's going to have both of them on there.
True Blondes and Blonde and
And
Madness.
everything's got to be about the blonde.
Right.
So it has to be. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm born to write about blondes.
We're showing you at a book signing too, where you have the books in front of you. Do you like to do the book signings and meet people in person?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love to do anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm very social. I'm a Sagittarian. Very social.
Very social, right?
Yeah.
So you're enjoying life. You're in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not, I'm not Taylor Swift, but nor would I want to be in a way. Maybe some of them are money, but my God, I wouldn't want stalkers after me. Oh my God.
The one you had was enough.
Yeah, and that's what my book has. Blonde Madness has got some of that in there. So just to throw a little bit of the mystery and stuff. Yeah. Because I'm interested in, like I said, obsession.
Yeah.
And I'm reading, like I said, Hitchcock Blondes, and he was obsessed with his blonde ladies.
Yes, right.
And I was just watching the Swan Show with Truman Capote, and that became an obsession too. So, yeah, it's an interesting piece, but we writers are all a little kookaroony.
Do you see another play?
What?
You see another play coming?
No. Oh, yes, actually, yeah. But once this is finished, I'm editing and stuff. With this madness, that's got to go, and then I can really finish something else I started. But one thing at a I'm not a multitasker. Never was. Barely can get through any of these things I'm doing, but I get through them.
But you get through them. You've got that tenacity and that passion. Yeah. It was really fabulous chatting with you for almost an hour and a half.
Oh my God.
I know, that's what everybody says. It never feels like that, right? It's just free flowing. It's conversational, like Carson and Cavett and Merv and Mike. It's not really interview because, you can do interviews, but that's where all these questions are prepared and my intro's all written and I'm just reading it and then just showing some pictures. And then I have all these pre-prepared questions and I'm looking down at the questions and not really engaging. And I'm somebody like you, I'm a communicator. I like to engage. I love the conversation back and forth, the equalization of a conversation. An interview is, I'm the interviewer, you're the guest. Answer these questions and then tell us about the book and then see you later. I like it more when it's much more we're engaged with one another.
Yeah.
And the viewers are watching and they're commenting and saying hello and celebrating and everybody's a part of it. I think that's the kind of stuff I've always loved in my television and radio and my career is that kind of feeling. And to do it live, like this is live right now. There's just that energy of anything can happen. And so this was a really fantastic conversation, Carol. And I appreciate your openness and your wit and wisdom and your authenticity. I think it was fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I have with you.
I love it. I love you. You do a great job. And keep me in mind if you have anything else you want me to do. I'm out there.
Do you juggle?
I can do it. I'll learn.
You'll learn. That's the thing, Carol. You just throw it at her and she will find a way.
Maybe I'll sing too. But down the line, if you want to interview me somewhere on something else, let me know. Or anybody else. I would love it. I love it.
Spread the word about the Jim Master Show Live series to everybody you know. Takes a village. And if you know other folks you think they like to pop on. But this really was fantastic, Carol. And really, really thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
When will it be up so I can see it and see all
right now, as it's live, our shows are immediately archived.
Oh, okay.
So people are watching around the world live right now, but they're also going to be able to watch this archived on our YouTube channel. I want to show you, we have thousands and thousands of viewers around the world, and we welcome everybody who's watching, who's brand new or who's been with us for a long time. Some of the JMS Lovities, Sherry is watching in Kansas, and she says, "Thank you for joining us tonight, Carol. Totally enjoyed listening to you and your wonderful character. You are an amazing lady." Kathleen in New York City says, "Thank you for being here, Carol. Love this conversation. Take care." Maureen in Arizona, "Thank you for being with us this evening, Carol. Really enjoyed your stories." Linda Odell in Florida, "Thank you, Carol, for coming on Jim's Lovity Hole show. Thoroughly enjoyed listening to you talk about your career." Really nice comments from just a few of the many people who have been watching around the world. And folks can also comment later on. Of course, Tom Lasanti was watching and has been watching throughout. Jane watching in Sweden. Shelley Ray Speck has been watching as well. And she's a wonderful performer, a fabulous entertainer. She was a guest on our show. And yeah, she's saying lovity to us all. Lovely and lovity. You're one of the lovities now, my friend. You are a Jim Master Show lovity.
I love it being a lovity. I love being a lovity.
Well, you definitely are. Absolutely. I think you were born a lovity for sure, my friend. You really were. This was a very special, and come back and see us again. I always tell everybody, we'll keep the porch light on for you. You are welcome back anytime. Merlin in Canada says, "Thanks, Carol. Been a pleasure to meet you. Keep up the good work." Good stuff, huh? I love those glasses too.
Yeah, aren't they fun?
Yeah.
They're lovely.
Reminds me a little of Sally Jesse Raphael. Yes. Do you ever have people bump into you and think you're her?
With the glasses? Yes. Yes, I have.
Even the eyes too. A little bit with the eyes.
I don't wear the glasses too much out because I keep them for things like this. The red. I have other colors, you know.
What's your favorite color? Red?
And lavender, purple.
Lavender, purple. Very nice.
See,
there's those eyes.
I have to be careful because there's suitcases under there, honey.
What?
No bags, suitcases. So I gotta, keep them shut down.
You're funny. A light purse. I mean, suitcases. You are a hoot and a holler, Ms. Hollenbeck. And thank you for stopping by the Jim Master Show live series again. Love it. And I don't know if Carol is still there, but we'll bring George back. And George wants to say, George is looking at. Oh, so you haven't even seen the George Burns doll I'm holding?
No, I don't.
Okay, so wait until I can't wait until you see this episode. I'm actually, when you were holding, I don't know if you want to grab the Carol again, the doll, but when you were holding Carol in your hand at the beginning of the show, I have a George Burns doll in my hand.
Oh, wonderful.
So George was saying, this was my aunt's, and it's one of the collectible ones. And tonight he doesn't have his glasses on, but he does have his cigar in his hand. And George Burns, who of course knew Carol, wanted to say hello to Carol Hollenbeck and Carol Channing from George Burns. Look at that mouth.
Dolly. Hello, Dolly. Nice to have you back. How you doing?
Doesn't get any better than that, folks. We're going to find entertainment like that for one low price on the Jim Master Show live.
Okay,
there you go. He's waving along. A real performer, huh? You are going to get a kick out of this episode, my friend. You are absolutely. You're the best. That's how you started the show, with Carol in your arms.
Yeah. Anyway, loving it. Is that how you say it? Loving it?
Lovity.
Yeah, lovity. Okay.
So it's love and levity put together. Lovity.
Lovity.
And it just slipped out of my mouth, and the rest is history.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Carol, we love you. Thanks for stopping by. I know you've been excited about coming on our show, and you've been spreading the word, and I really appreciate that enthusiasm. And you are welcome back anytime. And we are in the tri-state area, so hopefully maybe we'll go for lunch in the city one of these days.
Love it. Lovity. Loving it.
Lovity it.
Lovity it. Lovity it.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll go to a good New York diner or something, you
Oh, I
know.
love it. Lovity. Oh, you got me going now.
We got you going. Carol, you're the best. Thanks for
Thank,
being with us.
thank
Enjoy
you.
watching the episode. And thanks so
I'll
much
try
for
to do
taking
more.
time to be with us.
Thank
I
you,
hope
darling.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did. Had a great time. And
All right.
Mitzi did too.
And as my father has always said and told me when I was 7 years old, he says, you know, and this is wise, sage advice from, you know, a dad early on when you're a youth. And they've heard this a lot on our show, but I've been saying this for years because it came from, you know, Dad. 7 years old I am. And he says, you know, Jim, whenever, or Jimmy back then, Jimmy, whenever anybody says something kind or nice to you, always thank them for that. Then ask them to please put those kind words in writing and address it management.
Oh.
Wherever management is, the people that need to be impressed, the people that need to see those kind words, please put those kind words in writing and address it management.
Okay.
No, you're not looking for a pen, are you? Because
Yes.
if you're looking for management for this show, he's right here, me.
Oh, okay. Well, I love it. Management, love it.
You're having a ball.
I can't get that word right. Okay.
Lovity.
Levity. I love
So you take love and levity.
Love and levity. Love levity. The management. Thank you.
You are a hoot. We should go on the road together.
We should.
Masters in Hollenbeck.
Masters in Hollenbeck. Hooray for Hollywood.
That's it. Either that or we'll start a law firm.
Yes.
That's it. I am waving a kiss to you right now. I know you can't see it, but you
know.
will see it when you watch this in the archives.
I will.
And it's available for viewing right here and right now.
Can
Anybody wants, we can see it. She's doing it. I love it. Anybody wants to see this episode again, it'll be archived. Give this episode a thumbs up, like, share the episode, leave a comment if you enjoyed this episode and learning about this Hollywood legend, playwright, and actress, and so much more. Published author, the wonderful Carol Holland, or Carol Hollenbeck. So great to have her here. Subscribe, comment, share, like, and all the rest. Carol, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll keep the light on for you. You're welcome back anytime.
And let's get together sometime. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
We shall. We shall. You be well. Take care.
Thank you, dear. You too.
You're welcome. Wasn't that a hoot? I told you it would be. Really a lot of fun and great stories too. Riveting stories about her life, moving out to Hollywood and some of the pitfalls, the tribulations, some of the things, the dreams, and some of the amazing things that she's done with incredible people. And then, of course, a playwright and an author. And she has done so much and continues to. She's amazing, isn't she? She's a lot of fun. She's the real deal. As you can tell, she is the real deal. There is the photo from Eden Cried. And now everybody's going to go look for that movie and watch that cult classic, right? That she starred in. Yes, absolutely. There's the book, True Blondes. And look for the other material that's coming out. You can go to Barnes & Noble and Amazon and everywhere else. Now everybody's craving a Sky bar. Are they even around? She was vanilla, which is cool. It's amazing she was vanilla because that's one of my favorite flavors, vanilla. Gang, you're the best. Thanks for stopping by our show. Again, if you enjoyed the episode and any of our shows, our free-flowing conversational style on our Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series where the stars come and shine, our celebrity friends and guests, where we're in this together. You're here. We really appreciate all of your love and support. And I thank everybody that joins us to make the show possible. It's a labor of love. It's a lot of work, but we've put out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes for you. Don't forget you can binge watch all the shows archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Thumbs up, like, comment, share, all the rest. And come see us again here in Levity Hall. We appreciate it very much. And thanks to all of our Levity friends watching around the world and sharing their wonderful comments. If you'd like to comment and the show is not on live right now, you watch this later on, feel free to comment right underneath the episode. We'd really appreciate that. And if you're subscribing to our YouTube channel, which costs nothing, be sure and click the notification bell. Very important to click the notification bell, because that way there you will never miss any of the episodes. So there's a little notification bell icon that is next to the subscribe button, I believe, on the YouTube channel for all the episodes. Click that notification bell. You'll get notifications about all of our fantastic guests and so much more. We are excited about an incredible array of guests that are going to be joining us real soon on Monday. Well, we say Monday for the live audience, but those of you watching this archived, it could be any day of the week. Stanley Livingston is making a return visit. Of course, he is the star of the classic TV sitcom series, My Three Sons. Yes, he was Chip Douglas. He was, of course, with his brother Barry Livingston, who played Ernie. And, of course, Don Grady was on the show. Tina Cole was a guest on the Jim Masters Show live series, too. She was on My Three Sons. Fred McMurray, William Demarest, William Frawley. But Stan also was on Ozzie and Harriet and a lot of other, shows of the day. And he's going to be with us on the next episode of the Jim Masters Show live series. And look who also is joining us, making a return visit. Rosalind Kind, the brilliant, incomparable singer with a fabulous voice, sister of Barbara Streisand. She is going to be back with us. She'll be here on Tuesday, live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. So a lot of incredible celebrity friends and guests making return visits to JMS to see me, to see you, to see us, and for us to see them. Stanley Livingston joining us again from My Three Sons. Rosalind Kind has a new album out. She's making an appearance. Last night, we had Sean Kanan from The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, Way of the Cobra, Cobra Kai, The Karate Kid 3 movies, and so much more. We've also had Anne Margaret on our show. If you didn't see that episode, that's the incomparable, legendary Anne Margaret. If you love the legends, we did an incredible exclusive special celebrating Dick Van Dyke's 98th birthday with amazing guests and surprises. We also did a tribute to Tina Turner and Lisa Marie Presley, Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley. We did a fabulous tribute with celebrity guests to iconic game show host Bob Barker. If you didn't see that episode, all of those are available for you as well. And Melissa Manchester, too, has a new album out, and she did a duet with Dolly Parton, Midnight Blue. Dolly Parton, Melissa Manchester. If you want to see the conversations we had with the incomparable, legendary singer Melissa Manchester, she was on our show twice. You can see those episodes as well, archived on the YouTube channel. So, gang, we love you all. Thanks for being with us, everybody. New folks joining us and our regulars, we appreciate you being here. Spread the word. Tell everybody you know about our show. Share the links. Like, comment, subscribe, and all the things it takes to help us grow here at JMS. Take care of one another. Love one another. And don't forget to take care of and love yourself. It's very important to do that. For all of us here, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, Jim Masters. Come see us again. Be well, and cheers.